Hello Capricorn, this is going to be your monthly reading for September. I'm going to get one of these Wisdom of the Oracle cards to get a general idea of what's going on with y'all for that month. I'm a little late with these because I was having some technical difficulties, as this is only my second round of videos and I'm on a huge learning curve from doing these just face-to-face with people to bringing them digital. So bear with me as I get my feet under me. We are having a very detail-oriented month, very organized. With the full moon in Pisces, we'll be having a balancing act of spirituality and practicality. And with that Virgo Libra energy, already we have the day-to-day activities being checked out. Okay, this is really cool, here and now. And if I remember correctly, I believe that either Aries or Taurus got this. Now, this is all about being in the present moment. Okay, you can run to the future, you can run to the past, but really, this little flag says, here you are. You're right on top of an egg, there's a doorway, there's opportunities right in front of you, okay? The here and now is to really signify that you can be in the present moment and really gain a lot. You can really gain a lot from just absorbing where you are at the moment. Now, I drew a card for every single sign as a collective reading to see what energies we are going to be coming up with, and I got need and necessity. And that's an energy that every single sign is going to be experiencing throughout September, not just you, Capricorn. So this is something that we also need to keep in mind as we're going through September, is what is the need and necessity? Where is our balance being held with need and necessity? And when you verse those two words against each other, how much they actually change. Okay, so let's get some tarot cards. Oopsies, I've not been wanting to shuffle. I may have to get some new cards. They're getting kind of old. We'll get 4 of these cards as the intention and see if we can pull this reading into a little bit more detail of why being in the present moment is so important for you right now, Capricorn. Let's see what's going on here. We also have the new moon in Libra that will be coming out on September 28th. And that new moon can bring along new cycles, especially when we're talking about keeping that balance. We have a new cycle that may be coming through that could even be romantic. It doesn't have to be a partnership necessarily. That could always just be something that you really love, okay? I know it's, that romanticism comes along with that Libra energy, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that with a new moon in Libra. It could just be something really enjoyable. Okay. Gemini also got the Devil, I believe. Oh, no, it was after Gemini. Maybe it was Virgo. Another sign got the Devil as well, but really being surrounded by the things that are there, it's been showing up as kind of a good thing. So let's start with the 6 of Wands that came out. You had the 6 of Wands, King of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, and the Devil. Now, the 6 of Wands is signifying that you have been through something where your belief was challenged and you either went to defend it or you went up against something and coming back victorious. Now, 6s always offer a choice. If you look at the scenery, he doesn't really look too excited about his victory. He looks kind of humble and solemn. He has that choice because he recognizes that he wasn't a one-man army either and that he did have support. He's kind of entering into that here and now, not overdoing it, not underdoing it, really recognizing where his passion lies in the choices that he's made. His passion has brought him to this moment, and that's why it's a Wands energy. With the choices that are being made, Capricorn, sometimes it's good to just sit. Sit and recognize the decisions that we've made. Sit and look at how far we've come and how this victory can really play out by looking at where you're at now. Because with the King of Cups coming out, this energy is knowing your feelings, recognizing your feelings, but not really letting them rule you. It's really more about taking action due to the feeling. So it gets that wand energy mixed in with the cup energy when we get the King of Cups, because he knows how to rule with emotion and action to bring stability to his kingdom. Okay, emotion and action can definitely pair together. When we have this Saturn energy that comes in with this card, as you can see here, we are going to get the teacher. And sometimes the teacher can be a little bit, I guess, not as emotional, okay? But we do keep our emotions intact with us when we're getting that King of Cups energy, because we recognize that there is something to be smiling and feeling victorious about. So you have that feeling, but you're not going to let it override your path. Okay, whatever victory you've been through, you're still going to maintain that here and now presence throughout September. And if that even means that you are learning how to master your emotions and not let them take you over, Capricorn, that could be the lesson of this Court card, and not letting your emotions rule your thought. Because when it comes down to it, our emotions, if they're not mixed with thought, really stop us in our track, and we can't master, we can't manifest, we just really get in a stuck martyr position. So with this Eight of Pentacles coming out, it shows you really working on something pretty hard up until this point, and it's something that you've been honing and working skills around. Over situation, this could be anything that brings you money, something that is, your career. This could also be working on a relationship or a way of being. This could just be anything that brings stability. In fact, it's not just money like it portrays, and it's not just working like it portrays. It's really building something that's stable. When we get to the eights, it's about having strength. It's about perseverance. I always like to think of sevens and eights as the path and the strength to maintain the path that we've chosen. We don't sign up for something and give up. We sign up and we see it to the end. That is the right way to do it, so that we go through and learn the lessons, and it looks like you're seeing it to the end. And that is a really good way to temper that emotional feeling that you may be feeling. September is just by utilizing what you know, what your path is, and that strength that you're going to hold. Despite of any emotions that may come up, he's feeling a certain way about his victory. He's still determining the choice of how he wants to receive the victory. Okay? And when you're getting that kind of feeling, you got to let your emotions kind of just roll off of you. Keep your head with you. Recognize that you have emotions, but recognize that you're in the here and now. Anything that's happened prior, so before your victory, and what's happening ahead of you in your future is not really of your concern right at this moment in September, okay, Capricorn? And you got your very own card coming up here. This card is the Devil, and if you didn't know it was your card, it is your card. So that's really cool, Capricorn. This awareness, this is excitement and fun. However, this can always be that other frequency where we're chained to something, where we just aren't seeing that there's a way out, but we've kind of chained ourselves to it. We've somewhat shot ourselves in the foot and chained ourselves to it. So when we get this kind of energy, it's a really good idea, Capricorn, to ask yourself if you're living up to your truest desire and potential. And is there something holding you back? It doesn't really look like there's anything holding you back. The emotion that feels like it's half and half, gets torn. And I don't know why I'm feeling that, because I don't usually feel that with this card, but it feels like you're almost torn between your past and your future. And maybe that's why this Here and Now card is coming forward, and the Devil is with it. Because something so hard that it needs to come right now and the way we expect it, that we actually miss other opportunities, and we keep ourselves kind of stagnant and want to be. So let's get some clarifying cards to see what's really with this Devil and the Six of Wands really sticking out. Because those energies are good, maintaining the balance between feeling and thought, and really heart is going to bring you those two energies in the middle, really good energies. The here and now is a good energy, and the need and necessity really plays off the here and now, because here and now often goes off of that need and necessity. You know, what do we crave to possess, and what do we crave to survive? That's that need and necessity. So let's get, ooh, these are not pulling together here. We got one card out. We need about 3 more. There's one. Okay, that's that 7 of coin coming up as one of your clarifiers, and that's asking if it's still worth it. So let's see what's still worth it for you, Capricorn. I was going to flip that one over anyways, and it forced itself. Okay, let's see what this little mystery card is at the end here. Oh yes, Temperance. And that always comes in when Temperance comes in right before the Devil. So that's when we are balancing. We're balancing. Maybe that's why you're having this maybe mixed feelings around this victory. You're still trying to figure out what it's all for. What was all this victory for? What was all this defending for? Why did I put my passion into something so heavily? Well, it was divine. It was meant to be, and it was a way for you to balance and contrast the way that you've been working with your feelings and your thoughts. So maybe your thoughts got you right out there to do whatever you were doing that brought you this victory, and your feelings just weren't in it. So when you received the victory, it didn't really feel like a victory, because you've been working with some divine timing, and you've been working with the energy of Temperance, which is always moderation, balancing, trusting, not just walking the talk, but talking the walk. You know, they go together. What are the stories you're telling about yourself? When you get into this victory, what's that victory speech? You know, if it doesn't align with what you're doing and what you believe in, you need to really sit in your here and now and see where you're at. What's different about you now? Maybe the stories you we change so much as we learn and grow, get wisdom, experiences, the cycles that we go through. You know, everything changes to where we just sometimes aren't the same person that we started out. So maybe when you started this fun thing that you're getting this, you know, victorious reward for, maybe it was really good at the time, but it's just now you're recognizing there needs to be some moderation and some balance. And 6s are always that choice. You have that choice to balance, you know, get that synergy going of heart and mind. Now with this coming out, this is your 7 of coin, and this is asking if it's worth it. With this King of Cups, recognizing he has feelings, but not letting them overrun him. The feelings that might be coming up that could be, you know, maybe causing a hiccup is wondering if what you're still doing is worth it. The 7s are our path, and when you're getting the 7 of coins, it's almost like wondering, hey, is this really brought me the stability that I thought it would? When I planted this Ace of Pentacles and I watered it and planned it out and nurtured it and did the action towards growing, I didn't realize it was going to be this. It's almost like looking at what you've done up to this point, taking stock and determining if it's still worth it to continue. I like to think of 7s as a moment to where you can really stray in a different path. It's not necessarily a fork in the road where you have to choose, but it's that choice, that 6. You have the choice to decide if you still want to do this. Do you still want to do this? Is what you want? Is the heart and the thought mastering your kingdom? Is that how you're going to go through this? Because if it's still worth it, absolutely keep working, because it will bring stability. Definitely. If you don't have the time and something else, have an opportunity, a choice. Really check at your see far come and see where you want to go. Okay? If you don't take that moment to check in with right now, the present moment, you may miss something. Okay, and it's really important to just keep our eyes open, our arms open to opportunities. With that being an egg, that's creation. Doorways are opportunities. This could be something huge for you, Capricorn. You really got to get your mind and heart in alignment and realize why this hasn't been worth it for you. Okay, whatever this means. And that's going to be different for every Capricorn watching, because we all have our own journeys. Now, with the King of Rods coming out here, you have two kings now. And he definitely uses every bit of action and action to get what he wants. This guy is back. He's going to go after what he wants. He's going to chase it down. He's going to grab it. He's going to take it home. He manifests that quick. He's not quite as quick as mental energy with the sword's swiftness. However, it's passion driven. It's solid. It's solid. It feels good. This could be something having to do with your work or your passion. Okay. And whatever it is, that's that solidarity. You know what you want. This guy never doubts what he wants. He absolutely knows it 100%. There's no wondering, hoping, wishing, nothing in mystery with what he wants. And he will go after it. He will round up his entire cavalry to make sure that his kingdom is in full luxury, full passion, full joy. The stuff that really makes us feel good, keeps us going, the determination, perseverance, that stuff in life that really drives us. He knows all about it, and he creates it easily. So when you're sitting down doing this hard work and you're wondering if it's still worth it, check in with yourself. Is this something that you are ready to be on fire about? And if it's not something that you're on fire about anymore, it's time to change path and let go of that chain. When we start with the devil energy, it doesn't look like the devil. Usually it looks like an ace of anything. Ace of truth with our swords, ace of pentacle with a new opportunity. We have the ace of cups with a new feeling and a new emotion. And we have that ace of wands, which is that passion driven. So no matter what the devil starts as, it always starts as something that feels good. However, once it no longer serves us and we've used every bit of it, the devil energy is trying to redo a cycle that we just don't really need anymore. And we feel like there's something more to it, but there isn't. It's that devil energy. It's that trying to get you chained to yourself. And with this coming out here, it's saying, look how far you've come. Are you really going to have to redo this cycle? No way. Look what you've built. Why would you rebuild that? That's beautiful. You don't need to redo that cycle again. You're already this far. If you want to get onto that 5 and that 6 and that 7, and really master your kingdom by getting the full end, you're going to have to use the knowledge that you have to recognize that you're at the end of something. There's moderation in everything. You can't obsess over one thing. Recognize how far you've come and accept that. Move forward. It's time to take that passion and cut the chains. Take the passion and continue building what you have been drawn to. Recognize what's chaining you. I think this here and now is really have to take a look at ourselves, look at some of the decisions that we've made, Capricorn, because you're not feeling very victorious with this victory, it feels like. And you're questioning the what's it all worth. Let's get 4 tarot dice here. Like 15 in this bag. We'll just get 1, 2, 3, 4. Use my eyeballs my fingers as eyeballs. Pick out 4 of those. Let's see if we can get some clarification for these guys. Okay, we have, there's that ace. So when you started this devil energy, initially it was something you thought would bring you stability. That's why you started it. You thought it would be good. It would bring you stability. And that's why it's coming out here now. It's saying whatever you had started and you planted, you believed in it. Where is the belief now? Why are you getting the victory and the passion and not feeling it? What's up with your moderation? Is it because you've been obsessing with this double energy over here? What is it? What's going on, Capricorn? This is that Ace of Pentacles, that new beginning. Now, this could signify that you definitely have a new beginning coming because you have the Fool coming out here. but it could also signify that something you started is something you need to continue. Okay? There just may need to be a reevaluation of how you're going about it. You know, with all of this balancing that's asking of you, maybe you've just forgotten the passion in what you're doing. Maybe you had a passion and you kind of went a different direction with it and you need to get back on track. So it's going to be different for all Capricorns. But with this one we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of Wands. Look at that right there. That's definitely validating that 6 of Wands victory. Yeah. But with the choice being here, it feels like the choice is, where's the victory? Are you celebrating your here and now? I feel like that's such a big message for you, is looking into that present moment and recognizing why this isn't such a passionate endeavor anymore. And how are you going to turn it around? How are you going to get the passion back? Because you're really questioning what it's been worth and why everybody's giving you applause when you really feel like you haven't done much at all and that it wasn't worth it. These aren't worth it. With the Fool coming out here, it's saying you may need to take a risk. Take a leap of faith into something you believe in. The 0 is always a massive ending combined with a massive beginning. And with this ace coming up here, like I said, it could be a huge new opportunity for you, but it is a choice. And that's what those 6s might be signifying. It's up to you to take this opportunity. You don't have to go through this door right here. You don't have to incubate this creation in this egg. But it really seems like you're at a crossroads anyways of wondering what's worth it, and maybe taking that risk associated with what drives that action-packed passion. What drives your diligence to continue to work hard? You know, where's that passion that you had when you started this, when you took the leap in the beginning? And we've got the 5 of Cups coming up here, which shows that, you know, you are kind of almost crying over some spilt milk. This devil has got you so chained that you can't see what's really in front of you. There are some options for you, Capricorn, and the few cups that have tipped over, those are supposed to happen. Sometimes we get rejected because we're being protected, and that has been a huge theme for these readings, is being redirected and onto a different path, and usually, and I mean 100% of the time in my life, has brought me into a better situation every time I've been rejected or redirected. So maybe checking into that and changing your idea on it. Maybe that's why you don't feel so victorious, is because there's been a loss. And recognizing that with loss, there's still always something left over. There's still a couple of these cups left over. There's still some feeling. There's still some passion. There's still some excitement and emotion that comes along with all of these changes that you're going through, Capricorn. So that is your September reading. I could actually go on for another 10 more minutes, but I need to keep trying for all the signs. And I want to thank you for watching. I'm really new to YouTube, so please subscribe. It helps me spread the word. And I think my audio is all jacked up for these readings, so I apologize. I should have that fixed by the next readings, which will be around September 14th for the full moon in Pisces. So come back and check out. If you hit the bell, you'll be notified when I post those. And I definitely appreciate you watching and learning with me. Feel free to comment and all that good stuff. I'm definitely open to discussing. Thanks again.